Your kind killed the most holy.
Lies. Your kind let her die.
Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean, exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
Research in the nave wishes to verify that the infections have increased.
My scouts are posted on the ridges in case there's any trouble.
To work?
Let's see what we have. Let us begin. Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion. And we should ignore the danger to the Herald. Let's ask him.
You want me to walk into a pit of vipers, and you ask me that?
They're not vipers just because they like to hiss.
I will go with him. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through. The city still mourns.
Just a guess, Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lord Herald.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then. They wish to protect the people? From us?
We knew there would be some kind of reaction.
But I didn't expect the Templars to make an appearance.
The people may just be assuming what the Templars will do. I've heard of...
Return
Anyway.
to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are...
Just some pointless dialogue. A whole bunch of these plaques here, and they'll give you 50 experience apiece if you read them all. Again, I will come back and hit those later. And these things are like everywhere too. It's like 50 XP, 50 XP, and man, that shit adds up too when you're in here. Because there's just plaques and shit to read all over the place. But, like I said, I'm waiting. Because I want the full amount of experience from it.
Of Val Royeaux, hear me.
It's the religious
Together,
crazies.
We mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart.
I gotta watch my
silenced
mouth.
by treachery.
It might
You
offend
wonder what
some of
will
my
become
audience.
of a murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell.
Yes,
We say this is a false prophet.
I am
The
Satan.
Maker would say no,
No,
mage
that's my
in our
ex-girlfriend.
hour of need.
None of these options matter. I'm only trying to decide based on what my character is like. Sure.
Enough! I will not listen to these self-serving lies. We came here to talk.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
I thought it was Lucius that struck her too.
Still yourself. She is beneath us. You're not here to deal with the Inquisition? As if there were any reason to.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
High and mighty on himself.
If you're not here to help the Chantry, then you just came to make speeches. I came to see what frightens old women so, and to laugh.
But Lord Seeker, what if he really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royeaux is unworthy of our protection.
Well, see, that's the
We
wrong
march.
mentality.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius
That is why
gone
you
mad?
failed.
Doesn't look like we'll be getting the Templars to help us after all.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. There must be those in the Order who see what he's become. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Alright, so right here there is a
Excuse me, but
agent for you to pick up.
is what they're saying real?
Why do you want
None of those options matter.
Never been part of something
Anyway.
this big before, but
So you get Cassandra.
your Inquisition
Well, I
is
mean,
what
you
the
could just say,
serious
alright,
guy.
go to Haven, but then
I
you
want
could
to
get
help.
Cassandra's input. Sometimes when you get your companions' inputs, it'll give them some
What do you
approval
think, Cassandra?
ratings. Yep.
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, he is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Head to Haven, then. We need
Agent
good
acquired.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice.
I'll
to
explain what agents do the next time I'm in the war table.
Ever since our divine was murdered,
It seems
toothless
changes on the
What's that? An arrow with a message?
Yeah. There's Sera's arrow.
The Chantry has just shown themselves helpless.
So,
Who will fetch their Templars back?
like I said, there's a whole bunch of things to read out here. I'm not going to be doing any of them.
The Templars didn't
I believe that
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
Alright, and there you go. There's Vivienne, another mage companion. Or at least the letter to go and meet her. Like I said, most of this is pretty boring. It's running around, it's gathering stuff. But this is the more exciting part of the game because this is where you start to get the rest of your companions. Oh shit.
There must be something
I didn't read that. So there's something right there, and then there's also something right back here. And you don't even have to jump behind the barrels. You could just read it right here. So many more times often than not, I jumped behind the barrels just to get to read it. But you can read it right through it. Eliminates the process. You can talk to her. Every dialogue option does literally nothing.
The Templars left us to the mages.
Vendor.
Chantry liars.
So right now I'm going through because I gotta collect 3 red handkerchiefs to go and meet Sera. Or Red Jenny's in this case. So those are the 2. There's more plaques and there's more things to read up here in this courtyard, spread out all over the place. There's one back here. There's like a couple over there. And then back here, this guy is a schematics vendor, so you can go here throughout the game. Excuse me, as my voice continues to break. So he's gonna have, I was gonna say, I don't know if he's got armor schematics, but he does. So he's got weapon schematics, and I think they're pretty decent. What, yeah, tier 2, 2, 2. I think he's got tier 1 to tier 2 stuff. I don't know if he ever acquires tier 3 armors and weapons, but it doesn't matter because other places in the game have the tier 3 stuff. So, no recipes. This is where it would be like grenade tonics and all that stuff. Which I don't think he ever gets. So, as I've showed you that, we need to go to the 2nd floor here. And you're going to go to this one. It's going to bring you all the way up top. And then you got one more handkerchief right there. Ta-da! And then there are some things to read up here. There's a book right there. And then I think, yep, there's one down there too. So, when you're done exploring Val Royeaux and getting all of the codexes read up and all that for your experience, before you go anywhere, there's a secluded courtyard and the, excuse me for pronunciation, Gislin Estate. I'm pretty sure it's Gislin Estate. This is actually, this was Dragon Age 2. This is Kirkwall, that's what it is. I couldn't remember the name of the thing. We're gonna go to the estate. No, we're gonna do that last. Oh, and before you leave, there's another cutscene.
If
Very
I might
important.
have a moment of your time.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps you should look among your fellow mages.
So, these dialogue options don't really matter either, I don't think. But I'm gonna say I was hoping for this.
That would have been my first choice if you'd been willing to speak with us.
We're willing now. That's the important thing. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all.
Yes.
I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lord Herald.
Come, let us return to...
Look at my fucking abs, man. I'm fucking ripped. If only I could be that way in real life. God knows I've tried. Sorry, I'm taking care of a couple things real quick off screen. Okay. So this is this small courtyard here. A couple of baddies. Nothing too serious. This is actually... this is level adequate. Oh, I fucking missed. Completely missed outright. Man. There's like usually nothing in this area. Unless those guys drop something.
How much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
This is not main
I
storyline.
don't know who you are.
You don't fool me.
Just
I'm too important
cut
for this
scenes
to
for
be an
Sera
accident.
right now.
My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Whatever he's saying is pretty
Just
much
say
pointless.
what?
What is that?
Just say what?
Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve.
Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're...
One of my
You're
favorite
kind of plain,
characters.
really. All that talk, and then you're just person. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
Some believe I'm the Herald of Andraste. But who are you, and what's this about?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sera. This is good. Get grounded. For
Excuse
the
me.
reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Apologies too, I can't edit. Because I have said this before, but I will repeat it. Because it's probably just as annoying. It's not just as a viewer, I would find it more annoying. But... I am dying. Ow. Hey, loot. Nice.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches.
I love how she's
Herald of Andraste.
so giddy about the fact
You're a
they
strange
weren't wearing
one.
pants.
I'd like to join.
How about we get to know each other first? You know, names and such.
One name. No, wait, two. Well, it's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah?
3
It
in
lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate.
No.
So here, in your face, I'm Sera. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I use them to help you. Plus arrows.
So Red Jenny is like a secret spy organization in this whole series of games. She actually just pulled up examples of certain people that were in the previous games. So, oh, sorry, hit the mic. Pretty much just Red Jenny offers spies.
The Inquisition has...
Red Jenny's like everywhere. Anyway.
Then, or
She goes into
like
a
those
whole
guards,
bunch of
I
nonsense.
saw their...
I'm not getting into
Look,
it.
do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal.
And you can
Like
choose
you.
to not take companions. It is
I
possible.
can use you and your friends.
Yes.
I
Getting good
don't
before
know
you're too
what
big
the
to lie.
significance of
That'll
that
keep
is.
your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these. You have merchants who buy that piss shit.
You'll always
Got to be
have,
worth something.
um,
Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald.
actually, I take it back. I was gonna say you will always have Cassandra, Varric, and Solus. Spoilers. These two. It's really when you beat the main storyline of the game, these two disappear. She might stick around depending on your choices made in the game. And if she turns in to be your significant other. In this run through, I will not be having that happen just because I had different plans for this character. So Cassandra might not be an option for me later in the game. But that's fine, because I don't care. I got Blackwall eventually. And you guys will see what I mean later. So I'm going to pick them 3 for now. Because Sera has some shit that I need to put on her. Oh, yeah, I forgot about these. Yeah, except I don't really have any of those. So I'm gonna do that. Sure, why not? Weapons. So I got critical chance. Man, 1 point DPS. Fuck that. So the reason behind choosing that one instead of a 61, I mean, naturally, if you look at both bows, yeah, that one might do 1 damage less per second. But the fact that, and critical chance might be a little lower, but that's not really a big factor either. The whole point with this is the blue bow is a lot better because it increases maximum stamina and gives you +3 dex. And I actually forget. I forget what each one does. Obviously, strength is for melee fighters. Dexterity, each point increases attack for rogues only and critical damage bonus. So it increases your critical damage output. Not critical chance. Obviously magic. Magic, willpower, and constitution are pretty much what you want for a mage. Obviously magic increases attack and barrier damage for mages. And barrier is that shield. It's that blue shield that I mentioned earlier that takes incoming damage for you. Magical shield. Enemies have that too. Anyway, cunning, every point, doesn't matter who it is, increases critical chance and ranged defense. So cunning isn't something too bad, or Jesus. Cunning is not a bad thing to have either. And then willpower, attack, and magic defense for all classes as well. And then constitution, health, and melee defense. Usually constitution is just health, so in this one, gives the added bonus of melee defense, which is kind of cool. Which is why that kind of goes hand in hand with strength and melee characters. So, I'm going to pause just for a sec. Move. Don't forget the items that these guys dropped. Always pick up drops, cause usually they have materials or gold. Okay, so now that you got Sera on your team, you go up here to the Gislin estate. Gislin? I don't know. Debating on how to pronounce that word.
Lord Trevelyan of Ostwick, representing the Inquisition.
A pleasure, sir. We so rarely have a chance to meet anyone new.
Anyway, this is all kind of pointless conversation. They talk about the Inquisitor and how there's so many stories, blah blah blah, so I'm gonna say, just because I'm a Sith Lord.
Everything you've heard? Completely true.
Better and better. The Inquisition should attempt...
Okay, anyway. Then you get this pompous asshole.
Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts.
What's your
grab
point?
Power.
I've never made any claims to holiness. What's your point?
In front of all these people, you admit to being a pretentious usurper. We know what your Inquisition truly is.
Anyway, he goes into the whole thing about how I'm not really the Inquisitor and how we're just using shit. And then he goes to grab his sword. And then this hot woman comes into play.
You know such rudeness
Damn.
is intolerable.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
So anyway, for his insolence, you can either choose to let him go, kill him, or you can choose to either not care at all. In which case, Vivienne will just release him from her frozen grasp and he'll scamper off. Since he insulted me...
He insulted my honor. I want him dead.
And this, Marquis, is why one must always be courteous to one's fellow guests.
Yeah, fuck her. Nobody fucks with the Sith Lord. As he explodes. Technically. Anyway.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first Enchanter of Montsimard and Enchantress to the Imperial...
Charmed.
Ah, but I didn't invite you to the chateau. With divine...
Anyway.
As
She'll
the
go into a
leader
whole
of the
thing
last
about how
royal
she's a good
mages
fit for
of
the
Ada,
Inquisition, blah blah
I
blah.
feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
And there you go. So now you can choose this option, but since you cannot romance Vivienne, she will just continue to deny you the whole game. So it's really kind of pointless. But you can choose these options and have fun with it, because that's about all you can do. So I'm gonna say welcome aboard.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
So this is why I say you get Sera before you get Vivienne, because after you get Vivienne, every single time takes you straight back to Haven.
Come on, you've seen our mounts. Most of them should be pulling plows.
Didn't all grow up. Why are you here with the scouts instead of bobbing around with the nobles then?
I'm not explaining, I'm not commentating. I'm having some issues. Trying not to make it heard through the gameplay here so you guys can enjoy it amidst my suffering. Yeah, she's got that hatchet. And see, this is what I didn't understand with swords and hatchets and maces. Hatchet's got to be faster. That's probably why it does 82 damage per second. Honestly, in this game, I usually go by DPS because obviously it's damage per second. So, but you know, it's up to you. It's your choice. Again, the game is how you want to play it, not how others play it. So, oh yeah, look at that. I got some better stabs. Oh, that one's got a grip on it too. And it does more damage. So, I guess before I go up there, before I do anything else, that's why I went over to the smith first. No, we're not gonna do that because that's gonna take time. Sorry. I can do that stuff off screen when I'm not recording. As I think I showed in a previous video. Oh, I think this is cutscene. Yep.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in a city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
At least we know the Chantry is no longer a threat to us.
Yes, and we have the opening we need to approach the Templars and the mages.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
I could at least find out what the mages want.
Cassandra's obviously gonna
No doubt what they've always wanted. Support
disapprove
for their
that
cause.
one.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the
Obviously, Cassandra's a seeker,
They
but
are
she does
powerful,
lean more towards the
Ambassador,
Templars'
but more desperate than
favor.
you realize.
So,
After the Divine's death, they're probably scrambling for allies.
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options.
There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
you know, you can romance Cullen and Josephine. I don't know why they didn't give you the option to romance Leliana. It's because she's too busy being a spy master, that's why. It's still lame.
That does sound odd, I agree.
No, I got a phone
The
call.
others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
How saurions lend Justina these lands for pilgrimage? This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
People have been injured.
And who?
I apologize.
You did little harm. In truth,
You...
An ambassador should ensure. We will study that.
That little bit right there was just kind of a shortcut scene for one of your advisors. It's good to talk to them on occasion just to make sure that they don't have other quest lines for you. It's Minave, your research specialist. Oh, so actually, you know what? I'm gonna explain something on the war table real quick that I needed to earlier. Actually, I should have went and gotten... Okay, so here you go. This is where your agents come into play. So you got 4 different options. This is Josephine, Liliana, Cullen, and yourself. Not that it really matters who does what. This is what I was talking about. So for each one of these knowledge options you unlock, it gives you 50% more for each codex read. So in this case, I'm going to start with her. Doesn't matter. You can pick any of them, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4 for 4 50% increases. So, in other words, it's gonna increase it 25% at a time. So right now, for every codex entry that I read is worth 75 experience instead of 50%. Or, yeah. No, I'm sorry, I had that right. That's 75 experience versus 50. So that's why I say it's good to get your influence as high as possible before you leave Haven so that you can read all that stuff. And all of my advisors are done with their jobs. So I got influence, I got gold, and a Ferelden Captain Longsword, which is useless. Yeah, okay, so see there it says power required 15, and that's the next step to the that would be the next step in the story. But there's another option that pops up over here for the mage option. These are the Templars. If you want to side with the Templars, it's up to you. I always pick the mages because I think it makes for easier gameplay. But again, that is completely up to you.
All right.
Let's see what we have.
Oh, see, and I messed up there because I think Liliana or Cullen is the only one that can do that. So I'm gonna just do something out. Val Royeaux.
Let us begin.
Okay, so I didn't explain agents, but I'll come back to that anyway. Because right outside the Chantry there is this quest to get. Creme.
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
There you go.
What's the...
We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering up
From the Storm Coast,
Iron Bull.
So that's one of your
like
other
to see what the Bull's
companions.
charges can do for the Inquisition. Meet us
So you get that, and then you come all the way back to the war table. This is why I should have gotten that quest from Krem, and I can't I gotta be very careful about saying, like, pronouns for that, because I don't know if Krem labels female, but obviously she acts as a dude, but that is not explained. Oh, this is the Black Emporium, so that's where I can go and buy any amount of materials I want.
Nothing yet.
Assuming I have the gold for it. But I'm not going there right now, I'm just unlocking it. Okay, so you got the quest for Iron Bull, so I'm gonna open up the Storm Coast, since I have 5 power to use. I will venture forth, and I'll take those 3.
Your worship, for what it's worth, welcome to the Storm Coast. I would have sent word sooner, but our efforts have been delayed.
How so?
There's a group of bandits operating in the area. They know the terrain, and our small party has had trouble going up against them.
She has
Some of our
such bright
soldiers went
green
to speak
eyes.
with their leader. Haven't
Sorry,
heard
this
back,
is
though.
also just she's just telling you about every area, and she's gonna be in every single area to let you know what's going on. So if you really want to listen to her, it's up to you. I've been through this so many times. It's all boring for me. So down there you'll see some fighting going on. That's where you need to go. But before you do, I would suggest that you get this first, because you're here and you might as well. So you get those spotted. I'm gonna cast my barriers. I'm gonna jump down this giant ass cliff. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna wait for that. I'm gonna die. Part of the loveliness of this game. You see the guy with the big horns? That's Iron Bull. That's soon to be new companion. And then Krem's got the hammer.
Chargers! Stand down!
And this is Iron Bull.
Krem, how'd we do?
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
Krem's
That's
first
what I
in
like to
command
hear.
for his
Let the
chargers,
throat cutters finish up, then
as
break
he
out the
calls them.
casks. So, you're with the Inquisition, huh? Glad you can make it. Come on, have a seat.
Anyway.
So, let's fight.
So he'll go in and he'll talk about the charges and all that stuff. So.
Ever hear of the Ben Hasra?
And then he'll talk about Kunari shit. Kinda irrelevant, unless you've played like the first and second games. So.
But I also get
we won't
rewards
get
for
into
that.
that. Alright, now you've got Iron Bull in your squad. For now, that's all I'm gonna do there. Because I need to go back to the hinterlands to collect one of my other companions, Blackwall. So in this game, Iron Bull is really about dealing damage. As someone using a two-handed weapon in this game, the difficulty setting that I have this set on is not ideal for two-handed. For whatever reason, they just die like a glass cannon. So, and I forgot to upgrade her. As time goes on, I will have the companions that I want to have. Right now I've got Cassandra and Sera in my squad, and those are two that I'm gonna want to keep later. Blackwall is probably gonna be my second. Since I'm a mage, but I'm leaning more towards combat mage, and again, that's gonna be something that'll be later explained, because I'm gonna have a beastly magic sword that I'll be using. It causes elemental damage, kind of like how your stabs do either fire, storm, or frost damage. Oh yeah, no, I don't have that quest yet. Right, because I'm trying to get Blackwall. This was the Val Royeaux and companion acquisition in this. So there's Blackwall sitting over there.
Line there. Remember.
Anyway. Unnecessary cutscene to sit down.
Make them come to me. Stop.
He dead. Anyway.
You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
So this is Blackwall. He's a quote-unquote Grey Warden. Which will also be explained why I said that.
But one thing I'll tell you.
Anyway, Wardens are...
Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
The Wardens in this game
if you're trying
are...
to put things right, maybe you need a...
like top-notch fighters, but they are currently falling victim to the evil source right now. Ah, need one more of those things. Give it to me! Damn it. Yes! Haha! Got it, finally. Hate that one. You gotta find Ferelden locks and shit. It's the most annoying requisition to try and get in this game. So, okay, wait. So you got Blackwall, Iron Bowl, Vivienne, and Sera. Yep, those are the only ones you can get right now, because the other two come later. As you progress the storyline. So I'm gonna do this. Go back over here and do that. Nice. Swap those. Yeah, I still gotta set the behaviors. So, if you're playing this game, you probably won't have this cut off. It's because of my resolution settings. I have to dumb down my resolution for YouTube to have a full screen, which is stupid, but it is the way it is. Anyways, that is all the companions to get for now, and that is the Val Royeaux section of this, so I will stop it right here.